always just skeptical. Like whenever Trump brings up like a term that exists, it's like something that he just learned. Like
Yeah, now.
yeah, like
Put
yeah, absolutely. And I love that you just pointed that out too. Like you said like renovation, and then you kind of corrected to restoration. It's like we need to be thinking of these like words that we can workshop that don't just feel like parodies or responses of Trump, but like we come up with our own snappy like language and we start like implementing it like Trump does. Yeah.
Wait, no. Not even here comes the cope, because you're linking me something that even proves my point. Look at the trending of the graph. Look at them turning into an X right here, where you see the trend going from at the most unfavorable, at the very least, in 2025, okay? And then the least favorable right now, okay, on this graph, in the same period of time, going upward. What do you mean? What do you mean this is crazy? Okay, look at the gap between these. Okay, why is there a gap here, but the gap here seems to be intersecting? Isn't this kind of like indicative of like a trend that the favorability of Gavin Newsom is trending upward? Also, it looks like this shit was already trending downward. It was even below. Why? What do you mean? Why are you bragging about this?
Lower.
It's lower than when Donald Trump was elected. It goes back up, and it's just now at the end of the year getting back down.
And no tax on big, beautiful bill, perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress. We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year, and next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Because of tariffs, along with the just passed one...
I feel like somebody should write down things that he says in this specifically, but also in general, where he puts like timelines on certain like policies taking effect and the changes that'll be made, and then see what the reality is.
Big, beautiful bill. Tonight, I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this, 1,450,000 military service members will receive...
Wait, what did he say?
One big, beautiful bill. Tonight, I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this,
Dog. Imagine if Biden...
He misread the number.
Imagine if Biden... 3 words.
1,450,000 military service members will receive a special we call Warrior Dividend before Christmas. A Warrior Dividend in honor of our nation's founding in 1776. We are sending every soldier $1,776.
Wow.
Think of that.
No, I'm not saying like imagine Biden doing that as if he doesn't do it, but I'm saying that like imagine if Biden was here, what the conservative or like the mainstream reaction would be, because it would be completely opposite. Like you should have a Democratic media apparatus that is taking this clip and weaponizing the fuck out of it. And the fact that we don't is indicative as to like why like we're losing the media sphere like we are.
And the checks are
where the hell is my Warrior Dividend?
Exactly.
That one until about 30 minutes ago.
I had
a lot more money
heartburn
because of tariffs, and the bill
and I was a good little warrior.
More than our military, and I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, we now have record enlistment in our military, and last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. But what a difference a year makes. In addition, I'm doing what no politician of either party has ever done, standing up to the special interest to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations, which would...
What does special interest mean to this dude? From the dude that accepted a bribe of Air Force One from Qatar, of the crypto shit that he's involved with personally, him and his wife. Like, what do you mean? What does special interest mean? Is it just purely pharmaceuticals?
Taken advantage of our country for many decades to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and even 600%. In other words,
we're paying you to take the drugs.
Wait, he's using infomercial tactics. He's
True.
like, but wait, there's more. Dude, Billy Mays, get off the stage. I'm trying to listen out. Wait, that's Donald Trump?
True. Wait, Ghidra, that's the guise of like what Trump is using the bribe under. Like that
guys, he's under guys. What a fag. Sorry.
That's what I've been saying. That's why he doesn't want the Epstein files released. But that is exclusive to Trump. I'm pretty sure there was like a provision or something where it's like, no, I'm pretty sure he's the only one that's exclusively allowed to use it. Like I think there was a provision where it's like within his term, right?
It's going to be donated to his library.
Yeah, it's going to be donated after Trump leaves office. So it's only for him.
It's built into the contract. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Your drug costs will be plummeting downward, and I use the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant...
No deals, by the way, from my understanding.
...dollar reduction.
60 deals in 60 days.
No, it was actually 90 deals in 90 days.
That's
Right, is what that-
as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. It's called Most Favored Nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented.
Most favored nation as we bomb
I'm
citizens from
still
other
good.
nations.
Like nobody would have ever been able to do this until I arrived. You're welcome.
What can
You
I
should-
say?
He should postfix everything he says with "You're welcome."
Yeah.
Is what he should do.
The best numbers, the newest numbers.
The newest, best "You're welcome" numbers, my "You're welcome."
Unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, TrumpRx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of healthcare.
great.
Also taking on the
I bet he. I don't think he made it. No, I don't think he made a deal with the EU. And with the what was it? The Trump RX. I feel like he's only doing that with because of what's his name, the other billionaire dude from Fish or not Fish Tank. Jesus, imagine someone from Fish Tank making a deal with Donald Trump from Shark Tank. You know what I'm talking about? Mark.
Shark Tank, yeah.
What's his name?
Also,
Also,
are you talking about Cuban?
yeah, Cuban. Also, Dylan, if you want to come up and speak, feel free to let me know. You can either raise your hand or just put it in the side chat. Let's check this out.
One of the other Shark Tank guys, like a huge Trump sycophant.
Yeah.
Mr. Wonderful. Yeah.
Dog.
Liberalizing? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like, are these not the same? Like, most of these are either like non-statements or already exist, from my understanding. No.
We already had, yeah.
Moreover, sectors which are already subject to most favored nation tariffs. What is most favored nation?
Wait. Okay. All right. Theory for most favored nation. It's the soft appeal to America first.
Maybe, but it's like used in this supposed deal between the EU and the US.
Right, but it signals to people in America that we're like, oh, we're putting the most favored nation first.
When was this invented? What the fuck? Most favored nation is a status or level of treatment accorded by one state to another in international trade. The term means the country which is the recipient of this treatment must nominally receive equal trade advantages as the quote-unquote most favored nation by the country granting such treatment. Trade advantages include low tariffs or high import quotas. In effect, a country that has been accorded MFN status may not be treated less advantageously than any other country with MFN status by the promising country.
Sounds like something Americans invented to deal with Asian people, but now we're applying it to ourselves because we never did that. Like, we never protected ourselves from deals. Low-key, not to appeal to Trumps, but, you know.
This sounds like it's already a thing that exists. So when it says what is that, just bread?
Cheese sandwich.
A single
Yes.
all-inclusive rate that applies across most sectors, including
Wait, Mikey, did you
Sorry,
like to squash it
I was
down?
I had cheese stuck in my head when I was reading this, including cars,
Mike, squash it
semiconductors,
down, squash it
pharmaceuticals, and lumber. The 15% is a clear ceiling, which means no stacking. Moreover, sectors which are already subject to most favored nation tariffs of 15% or more will not be subject to additional tariffs. So it sounds like inherent to the label of most favored nation that you're not able to exceed unfair treatment or less advantageous treatment that you would apply to countries that fall outside of this consideration. So this sounds like just like a nothing statement. Like this just sounds like
It sounds like he's conceding, but giving the grounds that we never favored ourselves.
no. This is just like from the EU's like thing itself.
He's like claiming that America like didn't put itself first in these trade agreements.
No, he's
It,
bragging
like,
about
never
it. in
treated
this.
itself like the most favored nation.
What are you saying, Marshall?
No, yeah, no. Most favored nation seems like for what you looked up, it's something that already existed. So it's like not much is changing here. Like
Well,
it was something from the
I'm not even-
WTO, right?
I'm not even talking about I'm not even talking about like.
But he's appealing to most favored nation.
I'm not talking
He's
about
saying-
the term
He's
itself.
essentially saying like
I'm saying that inherent to hold on, I'll show you again. Most favored nation, inherent to the most favored nation label existing, it says that once this is determined by the country, which is like in the tariff exchange, a country that has been accorded MFN status may not be treated less advantageously than any other country with MFN status by the promising country. So it sounds like under this guideline, you're not even subject to additional tariffs. So it's like, why? Like, I understand why they're mentioning this, but it's like they're mentioning something that is just like not possible, because inherent to
He's appealing to the idea that geopolitical, and it's a weakness signaler, but he's appealing to the idea that in the trade agreement, we assured that we are viewed as the most favored nation. He's essentially appealing to his own weakness and being like, I got China to agree to this. That we would be viewed in the same light as the most favored nation, which is actually like a weak thing to ask for. It's like a underdog thing to ask for.
I'm trying to think of a way to like rephrase it, because I think that we're talking past each other a little bit. Let me also rewind this.
A new website, TrumpRx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of health care. I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people. That's you. So they can buy their own health insurance. Far better benefits at much lower cost. It will be far better health insurance. The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make
Wait, so there's not going to be any public health insurance anymore? That's what it sounds like from this statement, no? Is that where you're looking confused,
I'm
Marshall?
confused as to what this. Yeah, what is this system? Yeah, I was also stuck on the last thing we were. Yeah, but
Yeah, okay,
yeah,
well,
what is this like?
has ever had the
he's
courage or
proposing? Yeah.
ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented price
Let me
reductions
see
will
it
be
again.
available starting in January through a new website, TrumpRx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the
where did he say the
It's
MFN?
called Most Favored Nation, giant dollar reduction. They stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our
It
country.
began 4 days ago at the end of the first year of the fucking second term? After the 90 deals in 90 days thing?
Only
What do
gone
you...
up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. It's called Most Favored Nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented.
How long have we...
No president of the U.S. has ever been this weak to have to request that you give us the credence of being treated as if we're the most favored nation.
Most favored nation to the EU.
I'm always just skeptical. Like whenever Trump brings up like a term that exists, it's like something that he just learned. Like
Yeah, now.
Yeah.
yeah, like
Caravan, for example.
When did
100%.
it into exist?
he's so much of a narcissist that he like assumes he's so genius. Like, oh, I learned this cool thing and nobody else knows it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's existed for a couple hundreds of years. But how long has... Or does it actually have a listing of here?
Sorry. Look up nations that have garnered most favorable nation status. It's probably incredibly weak nations.
No, it'll be like Sweden or Finland, something like that, no way.
But it's only when you're in the like shit end of the stick, receiving end of the deal, and you're trying to use like a global apparatus to protect yourself. It's not for the
Yeah, they're not
big
gonna be like that,
policing
honestly.
nation. It's for Sweden or the Afrikaners or fucking like some small nation like Greece. Like it's not for us. It's a weakness. Like he's like bragging about being so weak he requested most favored nation status. And he's like, it's something no other president has been brave enough to do. Yeah, because you're a cuck. Like no other president was like, yeah, my nation's this cucked.
I think that him asking for it is the weak thing, but I think the MFN status is, it just comes from like a valuable.
It's virtuous
someone
to
deemed as
offer
a
it.
valuable trade partner.
Yeah, it's like good
Are you-
faith
wait,
trade
is
partner
this-
agreement.
Am I misreading this? Hold on. There's no shot, right?
Wait, that America has actually done MFN status for many, many, many years?
Or at least 2022, if I'm reading this correctly.
That's 2022 is a Biden thing, or
Yes.
uh-oh.
Below table has data from the UNCTAD trains for most favored nation tariff and applied tariff applied by European Union for imports of other from various countries. MFN and applied tariff are provided for both traded and non-traded goods. Okay.
You know why I should have known this? It's because whenever Trump directly, boldly claims something, like no one's ever done this before, it means the exact opposite's true.
That's a good heuristic. It's like the Hassan heuristic.
It literally
like,
works
well, if
every
the US
time.
is involved in any sort of foreign intervention, then you can always take the side that is against the US because it's a good measure.
Yep.
Okay, so even if I were to grant that the MFN status began to appear, which from what I'm looking at, and there could be like other times before this. If it did appear in 2022, that's even funnier because it's under Biden's administration. But if it were beyond that, and let's say it's under Trump's first term, then what the fuck is this like trade deal? Because it sounds like you're just saying nothing. We're already granted this. So it's like
nice.
This is
classic.
This is retarded.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'll be right back. Maybe.
Yeah, so Ghidra, he has no trade deals. That's not a trade deal. Sorry.
Unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website, TrumpRx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of.
I said that Donald Trump has gotten like no deals. Even the EU one that you linked is not a deal.
.gov. I'm looking up his website, TrumpRx.gov.
It's not a deal because these are already things that have existed. This is just repurposing, like, well, the EU is probably calling it a deal so that they don't get tariffed the fuck by the US. So they're like appeasing him, like they were in that South Park skit where they're showing him like all of these gifts that they're bringing him, or how the how FIFA creates like I think it was FIFA, right, that made the Nobel Peace Prize.
Yeah.
Like if he's
fake
not,
They
FIFA
made
prize.
the FIFA Peace Prize.
like if he's not like the president that's known for peace, then why would they give him the Nobel Peace Prize? And it's like, well, they didn't give him the Nobel Peace Prize. Actually, it was they just made this shit the fuck up to appease him, and that's exactly what it sounds like the EU is doing in this.
Why would they do that though?
What were the tariff rates?
Well, it's just like with Zelensky. It's like the United States, even though it's a decaying one, we're still a
True.
superpower. So
Yeah.
all these other people have to like suck up to, or else Trump's gonna,
Because the first time you had that Marjorie Taylor's dumb fuck traitorous piece of shit fat fucking boyfriend being like, dude, like you come to the fucking like United States mansion and you're not wearing a suit? Are you fucking serious, dude? And then the next time Zelensky shows up, he's wearing like a nice suit. And I think Zelensky made that comment about it being nicer than the other guys or something like that. I don't know if you heard anything about that. I could be wrong.
No, there was a clip I saw. That
I
he
can't
showed
remember
this
something like that.
Yeah. It was like some Fox or OAN or some unhinged reporter trying to like troll Zelensky.
Yeah,
And
it was that
trolled him
same
right
guy
back
that made
about
that
it.
comment.
Yeah. Zelensky was ready. He was quick with it.
I wonder what this guy thinks now, because I'm pretty sure this is the guy that was dating Marjorie Taylor Greene. Like, I wonder what he feels that Greene is stepping down. Oh, did you see Dan Bongino stepping down, Marshall?
Yeah, I just read about that.
Yes, sir. I've got a question for each of you. First of all, President Zelensky.
I guess
you
he's
look
the fall
fabulous
guy.
in that suit.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, you look good.
I said the same thing.
Yeah.
So condescending. What a piece of shit.
I remember.
You look fabulous in that suit.
You look wonderful. No, my first question for you, President.
Wait, what did you say? I remember
Look
what?
good.
I said the same thing.
Yeah, looks good.
I said to one that attacked you last time. I remember that.
Yeah, I apologize to you. You look wonderful. No, my first question for you, President Zelensky.
In the same suit. I changed you.
Maybe yours is better.
Oh, you're wearing the same suit, bitch.
Are you open to holding an election in
Broke ass.
Yes, of course. We are open for election. Yes, we have
And then his fuck ass question too.
in the parliament.
Are you open to holding an election in your country?
Are you open to not killing Russians?
We can do security. We need maybe how to say battlefield.
So let me just say, I'm going to be in a war with somebody. Elections. Oh, that's good.
No.
Speaking of news, I got a question for you. This sounds insane for me even to ask this, but do you think the American media?
Not the first question though. That one wasn't insane.
I got a question for you. This sounds insane
Right, what?
for me even to ask this, but do you think the American media really doesn't even want a peace deal because they've been so critical of you every step of the way as you lead the charge for peace?
It's an amazing phenomenon.
How long ago was
I
this?
said that
3 months ago?
in
Still
the
no peace?
settlement,
Good one.
You got Moscow, St. Petersburg, and thousands of miles around them. They would say I made a bad deal.
He's gonna do it in 24 hours though.
Level of hatred and animosity is
You
incredible.
can't
Not
take
at
him
all.
seriously, dude. Are you fucking serious? You would take him seriously? You can't do that.
Oh, it was a negotiating tactic. I forgot. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
An ongoing one.
So this was July 28th. Oh, agreement. I wonder if that's the one Giedra linked earlier. When was this? Did they say anywhere? 29th of July. 28th of July. Okay, so this is the same thing. I'm not talking about the trade.
Like these aren't
thing.
even these aren't even helpful from the White House. It's like you can't believe anything they say.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Well, did you ever see the White House construction portion? God, it'd be so
Oh, it's
funny if
talking about,
somebody
like,
got in there and then
the
changed the
demolition and stuff?
faces to the Vanity Fair portraits.
Yes. Where's the
Um,
like reverse Elon Musk?
dude, he
Yeah.
looks so fake. Why does this look AI?
Oh, he looks like a wax figure.
See, like, you never had this with Biden. Like, this is what makes it, like, so incredibly effective, is, like, how on it they are with, like, their social media shit.
Mm-hmm. It's like one of the first things they did was just change all the websites, get all of our pictures in there, take off any woke language. They whoosh. It's a clean sweep.
Restoration. Is it this?
Yeah, like you're just saying I can keep you safe. It is creepy. It's like it's a cult leader thing, you know. It's unfortunately the left just doesn't have a charismatic cult leader. That's our problem.
Yeah. I think it was this, actually. Yeah. I think. Major events timelines. Are you ready for this? Have you seen this before?
No, what the hell? Oh,
What?
I haven't seen this timeline. What the
Okay.
hell?
So, obviously, you have, like, the normal stuff. Edition of the West Wing in 1902. Edition of the Oval Office in 1909. Edition of Rose Garden in 1913. Of the West Wing, or the East Wing in 1934 to the 42. Total reconstruction from 48 to 52. Edition of Briefing Room from
They're
70 to
fixing or
73.
adding.
Bill
Yeah.
Clinton scandal in 1998.
Why?
Muslim Brotherhood visit
What?
in 2012.
Obama?
The Tennis Pavilion. Thanks, Melania. From 2020. Cocaine was discovered in 2023 with the photo of
Wait,
Hunter
you swear
Biden.
This is not Gov at the end of this. This is not a troll website.
Yep. Trans Day of Visibility, 2023 to 2024. The Biden/Harris administration hosts transsexuals at the White House in 23 and goes on to establish the transgender. Why would you use these different words? Day of Visibility.
The most offensive, outdated way to
Which
refer to
I know exactly like why they're doing it. It's obviously to be as
Yeah.
provocative as possible for one, and for two,
Yeah.
they're obviously referring to this specifically because it's going to be the particular thing that Joe Biden established. So it makes sense. I'm just saying this is just fucking retarded and disgusting.
It's
Wait,
like, I was
additional.
actually, like,
What is
I was
it?
like in a museum like way. I was like enjoying you going through. Oh, look at these nice historical events of American history, and then it just gets unhinged like
Yeah.
immediately. You can tell where they come in. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if there was like a German construction like website, or like there's like a government for like Germany or whatever, and they had like the construction timeline, and then somewhere in there it's like, like Jew Nostein like visited along with his brothers to like suck blood out of babies' foreskins on this day, and then it's like another like addition to like the government, and then another addition. It's like the most unhinged fucking shit possible. But yeah, the additional evidence includes frequent drug use alongside emails about business dealings with his father, which is fucking
That's so
crazy.
unhinged.
Because like you motherfuckers were the one that tried to call into the Ukrainian aides to try and get them to launch an investigation into Hunter Biden, but they didn't see the evidence to. So it's like, why the fuck would you do that and then host Zelensky in the White House if you believe that he was overseeing a incredibly corrupt lack of investigation into Hunter Biden? I don't know.
Yeah, it's also like it's a basic empathy thing. Like it's like if that was Trump's son on the fucking government website, like all coked out in a bathtub, like people would be up in arms about that
Yeah.
shit.
That's
Like,
what the Democrats unfortunately have to do that. They're gonna have to.
right. We just
They-
gotta take it up the ass. That's yeah.
No, I'm saying like the Democrats have, like, whenever they get back in power, they need to do unhinged shit like this.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
North and South flagpoles, Rose Garden renovations, Oval Office renovations, East Wing
Renovations.
renovations, and it's like they're intentionally doing this again, like how that graph was in the very beginning, to make it seem like there's so much that is being done.
Yep. Mm-hmm. A separate category for each thing. It should just say demolition.
Yeah.
That would be more accurate, at least. Like, and only be one category.
When Gavin Newsom
Yeah.
gets elected, we need to have just
Yes,
entire renovations just like put onto here, where we're taking it, or restorations would be a good one, I think. Like taking away all of
Yeah,
the shit
there
that
you go.
Donald Trump put in here to make it look like Epstein's house or whatever in like New York City. Like whenever Democrats get in office, they need to do shit like that. This is disgusting. But
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that you just pointed that out too. Like, you said like renovation, and then you kind of corrected to restoration. It's like we need to be thinking of these like words that we can workshop that don't just feel like parodies or responses of Trump, but like we come up with our own snappy like language and we start like implementing it like Trump
Yeah.
does. Yeah.
it's like the what was it? What Newsom did with the redistricting, where it's like we're technically in response to someone doing insanely fuckshit behavior, where it's just like unilaterally deciding from Texas to redistrict by their own accord. Like Gavin Newsom is, one, hosting a vote from the people of California, two, preemptively setting guidelines saying like, hey, this is only going to be for 5 years. Once the 5 years is up, we can reconvene, and then redistrict it. But for now, if you're going to play fuck shit, then we're going to play fuck shit. Or not even fuck shit, because it's much more amicable. But like setting the guidelines and like almost, it's not parodying it like you said, but it's just like getting the same point across, or an even stronger point in my opinion, rather than just using the same language that Donald Trump is using. Kedra said, Gavin Newsom winning a federal election. I think he could.
Yeah, I think you
Like,
can too. I think this is like a red herring when people say this. Yeah.
Yeah. The fact that he was able to whip up those votes for that redistricting effort, I think is indicative of like him at least having the possibility of even being able to like win the election.
Well, and that's another point I was going to make, right? Because I just watched that interview where he was on Ezra Klein, and he kind of talked about like his strategies, and like Ezra was kind of questioning, like, is this kind of contradictory what you do? And he's like, no, it's both and. He's like, I got people's attention by trolling on social media, and I won in the attention economy, and then through that attention, that's how he was able to pass the prop so overwhelmingly, because then he just advertised the fuck out of the prop as he was trolling. Yeah.
Gedra, I get what you're saying, but it's like you're inherently buying into the framework of like MAGA and Republicans, like because of that framework that you're using.
Yeah. But ironically, like Newsom is like one of the most centrist, like neoliberal like, across the aisle politicians, but he's been turned into like you said, like lib California, like he's saying in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like you can't just like let that. That's what's so frustrating whenever people give so much ground on immigration. I don't think Donald Trump, or I don't think people should give so much credit to Donald Trump or give so much shit to Joe Biden for immigration. I think it's unfairly like put onto Joe Biden. And the more that you continue to buy into that and just like let Republicans run with it, the more that seems like legitimate, because it's like, oh, both sides are now criticizing this thing. So it's like, obviously it's bad. Obviously it's a wrong thing. But it's like, you can actually argue on like the merits of it instead of just giving it up. All you need is one ad showing how shit the homelessness crisis is in California. Sure, but then show multiple ads showing how like everything is like in a crisis now with America. Like show people getting hunted down by ICE, having their cars like intentionally crashed into so they can drag them out with like guns pointed at their head, and then like arresting them. Show them being like put onto planes with no due process and then deported to other countries, and not even just other countries, but like prisons that we are colluding with to invest our taxpayer funds into these prisons that we have no like a part of, essentially, once these people are landed there. Like you can show so much shit in the opposite direction. Like you don't have to give this away to Republicans.
100%.
Those ads, what do you mean? Those ads would be effective regardless of Newsom? Isn't that kind of like one of my points though? Is that it's not necessarily like Newsom. It's the fact that people are being like bitches and they're not like willing to stand up to the extent that is like required for Democrats to stand up against these people like efficiently.
Newsom's also kind of demonstrated like he's not somebody to be fucked with, right? Like if you try to mess with him, like he'll mess with you back like 10 times harder.
Yeah.
You know.
Why bring the baggage of having a California governor at the top of the ticket? Well, we had the California AG, DA, senator, whatever else Kamala Harris was, the vice president. Like that's, what do you mean, how did it go? We could have, we didn't even win, or we didn't even lose by like that much in the last election.
Yeah. And even considering the circumstances too, Kamala Harris did like surprisingly well.
Yeah, and I think that with an ecosystem or similar to like the Republicans, it would be easily flippable. Like
For sure.
the first time that I ever saw like blood in the water, quote unquote, is like whenever Walls made the comment about JD Vance fucking couches. Like that's the first time I had ever seen like Republicans scrambling to like try and regain the narrative, because it became so infectious and popular at that time that they were actually just like genuinely upset and genuinely like wondering what the fuck to do. And it's like, if they persisted with that, I think it's very plausible that Kamala Harris would have, or could have won.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that, because this is like a real politic theory I've had for a long time. It's just like, if you just, because I remember I was in the nitty gritty of like watching the Brett Summer meme and their weird meme, like the whole step by step thing. And it's like, if you go back to that moment, like there was a time, I think they just lost steam. Like I think that Harris and Walls needed to keep hammering with more and more and more unhinged memes, but they just had like the one or two and then they stopped.
Yes, that's why Gavin Newsom is so popular right now, is because of that sort of rhetoric and that sort of like messaging style.
Yep.
Whereas like with Republicans, that's all they have. They have just their messaging style, and like they don't even give a fuck about policies, so they're not even enacting policies.
Shamelessness. Yeah. Bragging.
But yeah, what was it like? Kamala could have won by like 200,000 votes or whatever. Like if placed in like the proper areas, I think could have like flipped all 7 electoral. What was it called? The swing states. Popular nationwide or in his own state. I'm saying he could be popular nationwide, and I'm pretty sure he is incredibly popular nationwide now because of the stuff he's been like posting and the conversations he's been having. Like he is like one of the few people that I've seen like commended by the right for being willing to have conversations with him. Like he had that podcast where Charlie Kirk low-key like dog walked him because I think Gavin Newsom was being like too good faith in that conversation. But he's still like willing to have that conversation. He's still willing to call out Donald Trump directly. He's still willing to take Donald Trump to court, in which they I'm pretty sure just favored California in the ruling about the National Guard, whether or not that Donald Trump was able to like federalize the National Guard to be deployed into other states on California's behalf. I'm pretty sure they just won because of that. And he's going to have people on the show like Steve Bannon, like these big Republican mainstream figures. So it's like I don't see why you're keeping it to California when it's totally plausible that if this fucking old rotting like melting piece of shit that's on the screen right now is able to do what he's done, but somehow Gavin Newsom is not. Like you're just reinforcing kind of like the standard that like Republicans set and buying into that framework a little too much. Have they done any? I don't know, probably we can check. But even then,
well, I don't know about national polling, but
even if I were to do national polling and it wasn't favorable, look at the initial polling whenever it was done on the redistricting efforts in California and then see how that got passed by the end of it. Like, I'm not going to like trust like 4 years out. What do you mean? Oh my God, bro. You're going to trigger the fuck out of me. I'm going to fucking kiss you.
I'm seeing so much Newsom hate right now.
I don't think Ghidra hates Newsom. I think he's just saying that he's like going to be like a politically unviable candidate for Democrats.
Yeah, but I
unless
think
Ghidra does hate
most...
him. Yeah.
Oh, he likes okay, whatever. But like. I mean, yeah. Even if you think about it from the most low propensity voter perspective, like there'll be like suburban white moms who are going to vote for him just because he's hot.
True.
Like that's you have to like it's because everything's never just one thing, right? So you're gonna have the voters who like think he's hot. You're gonna have the people voting him from just because he's white, just because he's a man. Like that's fine. Like it's impossible to win this thing, maybe. You know.
Also, the fact that what was it? Kamala Harris, I think, had a book where it's like 100 days or whatever, which is like how many days that she had to actually run her campaign. The fact that she had 100 days to run her campaign as somebody who wasn't really in the public like prior to that, and when I say public, like obviously people knew who she was and the vice president and stuff, but she's being like more forward than she has ever been in any point in history or of any of her careers. She had like 3 months to do that. They experimented like quite a bit with like the type of messaging and everything that they wanted to appeal to the general public. And the fact that we lost by that amount that we did in 2024, I think shows that like had there been longer time for her to campaign and had they gone stronger with their messaging, that I think that like Kamala Harris could have like confidently won the last election. Because like when you compare that up to Trump and the media apparatus that is built around him, he's had how many years now since 2016, almost like a decade of campaigning essentially. We mean it's based off nothing. But didn't she lose by a larger margin than Trump to Biden? I don't remember if it's a larger margin, but even if I were to grant that, like in the Trump election, against Biden was in 2020, which was or 2021, I guess was when Biden took office. 2020 was the election itself. That was during COVID. That was the whole contention with like the write-in ballots. Like that's why Republicans hated it so much, is because Donald Trump told them not to do write-in ballots because it was going to be rigged. Because Steve Bannon, behind the scenes, talking to Chinese media, was saying that like, oh yeah, like we know ahead of time basically that not as many Republicans are going to vote by ballot, mail-in ballots. So he's just going to say we won. He's just going to say that he won on the night of the election. Like they know this. So that's why you see like an overwhelming majority of mail-in ballots going to Joe Biden. And that's why you saw a much larger participation overall in the election, because we were shut down. We had more people at home that were able to go out and vote and dedicate time to that. Whereas otherwise you have to take time off work sometimes, or not quite often, or you have to like find something available to you, or even just feel like it. Like obviously you're not going to have as much of an election turnout. That's why it's so unique to 2020 and versus like last time.
Also, and maybe this is kind of a contradictory point, but I'm pretty sure if you look at just the raw numbers, I think more people voted in the 2020 election than have ever voted before that election.
Yeah.
Which also speaks to the theory of like when more people vote, like turn out, like Democrats usually tend to win.
Yeah.
Which is, it's been a huge problem in this country forever, right? Is that nobody shows up to vote. But for some reason in 2020, maybe it's because of the ease of access of mail-in ballots. Nobody had anything better to do besides vote because of COVID. Like it's like we had like a historic turnout in terms of raw numbers. Yeah.
All I'm saying,
And then
Ghidra,
it went down again
is
to
have
24,
hope.
yeah.
Don't cuck out,
Right.
okay?
Opium, not copium.
True. We need Gavin Newsom as the president and Hunter Biden as the vice president.
Yes.
I think that one probably wouldn't work out, but that would be base though. Hunter Biden is cool as
Yeah.
fuck.
You have to like think about just like the general temperament of a Trump supporter. They surprisingly would be into weird things. Like I feel like Trump supporters almost would have a weird level of respect for Hunter Biden. Just 'cause,
Potentially.
like they're into the whole like say it like it is, just shoot straight with me, you know, like give me the raw truth. They like that kind of energy. Yeah.
Yeah, well, not only that, but also like they what was it? The people that voted down ballot in New York, I think, voted for AOC right next to Trump. And it's just that sort of like populist,
yeah.
sort of rhetoric. How am I cucking out? I'm saying we need a better candidate than Newsom. I'm saying that Newsom is already a fantastic candidate, and he's shown us like as much. Like Donald Trump came down an escalator in like 2016, announcing his like run for an election, being a failed businessman time and time again, being a nepo baby, and being like the host of like a TV show that is no longer on the network. So it's like, if we're willing to continue going forward with that person, I'm not saying we as in like you or like me or like that we've personally voted for him, but like as a country, if we're able to put that forward, why is Newsom just like such a unimaginable prospect?
You know who we actually need as the president, but we're too stupid to vote for them?
True.
Buttigieg.
True.
He's the president we need but don't deserve.
Pete's so fucking based.
Yeah.
Ghidra gets
True.
it.
Yeah.
Ghidra gets it. Hold on.
Yeah.
Before I look at the point,
Like
I
actually
have to
like a
respond to
smart,
message.
competent.
And then also I'm going to show you one of my favorite Pete clips. Dude, seeing Pete argue, why do you have to be gay? True.
Kind of, yeah, sad.
I'm just kidding. But nobody, that's the thing, is like nobody would realize that he's gay until like you actually, until he
So he
speaks
just gets
about
attacked
it.
by the right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or not even the right, because you have to remember Hassan Piker calling him.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why does the far left hates Pete so much?
Because he's a
Why do they
neoliberal.
fucking hate him? That's why. That's seriously the reason.
Which is what I was trying to say
It is.
whenever we were talking to Anna last night. It's like the left just wants like when I say the left, I'm referring to like because I see a distinction between the left and Democrats. Like I understand what people say when they say the left, and they mean like the broad left, including Democrats. But like they're a very particular type of people that don't give a fuck about any of this. And the fact that Pete is hated so much amongst those people, like, kind of indicates that.
My daughter pointed to it. She said, "Papa, American flag," which I thought was really cool for a 3-year-old. And we started talking about it. I said, "Yeah, you're right. That's an American flag." I said, "Guess what? It has a nickname. It's called the Stars and Stripes because it's got those white stars and those red and white stripes." She said, "Oh, what else is it called?" I was like, well, it's called Old Glory because the tradition of that flag is a battle flag in important moments in our country's story." She said, "Oh, what else is it called?" I was like, Stars and Stripes, I already said that one. Star Spangled Banner. It's called that because there's a song about it. She said, "Oh, what else is it called?" You ever talk to a 3-year-old? I was out of nicknames by then. But I got to thinking.
Okay, I'll pick up the gayness for Pete here. I think I like cried a little watching this.
She knows what the flag is, but she doesn't yet know what it represents, what it means. what it means to all of us, what it meant to me. When she and her brother are old enough, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to tell them what it was like to salute that flag. I'm going to tell them what it was like to have that flag velcroed to my shoulder when we got into a vehicle to go outside the wire in Afghanistan. I'm going to tell her and her brother one day what it felt like that handful of times that, as an officer, I had the solemn ceremonial duty of taking that flag and handing it to somebody and saying, on behalf of the President of the United States, the Department of the Navy, and a grateful nation, I present you with this flag as a symbol of our appreciation for your loved ones' faithful and honorable service. One day I'll tell her that too. But before they're old enough for me to lay anything that heavy on them, I'll tell them about the values that that flag represents, the story, the incredibly rich and inspiring, and yes, very, very complicated story of everything that has happened under that flag and in the name of that flag. And I'll tell them about how what made America and makes America great is not something that we dust off by saying the word again. What makes America great is its ability to wrestle with its darkest demons and come out stronger and better for it.
So fucking based. Like, I love that part about the very complicated story.
Very complicated.
Like, acknowledging, like, it's a non-gay way of acknowledging like some fuck shit that happened, and then just like continuing to like prosper and go forward with like a positive message about the country overall without like feeling like you can't be patriotic, I guess. But I don't know. This guy is a Chad. Who the fuck is this? Leland Vittert? Jesus Christ. He ran, by the way. Newsom's favorability soars as he opposes Trump. Gavin Newsom has seen a bump in favorability as he engaged in a war of words against President Donald Trump amid rumors he could run for the Democratic nomination in 2028. The governor's willingness to battle the president has made his popularity soar, with a new poll finding that Newsom's overall approval rating is now at 56%, a 10% jump since June. Among Democrats in California, his approval rating is 82%. I think it might be mine, maybe? I don't know why, though. Because I saw Marshall drop, but I don't know if he dropped because of a... Oh. Am I still frozen? Can you hear me? Wait, can he read these? Wait. What is happening? I'll restart it. Oh wait, never mind. I just saw your message saying that you can read my messages. Or you can... Wait. You said you can read my messages. I'm not here. Never mind. Oh! Okay, I'm gonna reset it. Whoa. Welcome back, Marshall.
Whoa. That was like... Thank you. That was like a bad glitch.
Not bad.
I always think it's me, though.
So you said it was not showing up? Or that I was frozen, or what?
So yours, when it first happened, like I could still see you clicking around on stream, but then you were completely frozen, yeah. And then I lost audio. And I just like panicked, like somebody's probably trying to talk to me right now. And I can't hear them, so I just left.
True. What was the last thing you heard?
Well, I think I was talking last, and then like it froze while I was talking. So I don't remember. Yeah.
Pinky, just as a heads up, if you interject to say like the dumbest shit imaginable, I am kicking you.
Okay.
So did you hear anything about the polling, I guess, from Newsom?
No, you guys you guys were talking polling?
Yeah, I was just reading out this article a little bit. Also, I don't know if you want your cam back on or anything, but it's up to you.
I will in a second.
The governor's willingness to battle has made his popularity soar, with a new poll finding that Newsom's overall approval rating is now at 56%, a 10% jump since June. Among Democrats in California, his approval rating is 82%.
Damn. The Democrats can never approve of anything like that.
Damn. That is crazy.
Yep.
Also, to see a 10% jump within months.
Yeah. Well, and then also, like, it's paired, that's, like, when you take a nationalistic approach, it's paired with all of those other historic wins we got in this last, like, 2025 election, too.
Mhm.
And across all different, like, even all the cities around me, every single one, like mayors were running and they were all Democrat.
Mm.
It's just, like, even the cities are just, like, sweeping Democrat because everyone's just...
Ooh,
pissed off at
Miami
Trump.
recently? Yeah. Also,
Yeah, Miami, too. Yeah.
Ghidra, yeah, this is stating that it's the nationwide numbers are at 56%, implying that, well, not implying, but it's saying that it's a 10% jump since June. And then among Democrats in California, the rating is 82%.
And just like everybody wants everything to be like understood in like sexy ways or like sexy headlines, but it's like really when it comes down to voting and political power, it's all just raw numbers. Everybody's like shitting on the No Kings protest, like, oh, it's just a bunch of like bored liberal suburban moms in their little unicorn suits. But it's like, no, the raw numbers that came out that shows you like there's a lot of people who are gonna come out and be motivated just to fight against Trump.
Yeah. Also, to be clear, Ghidra, I'm still looking at other articles and stuff because I know that one doesn't have a citation in it. So. This might be what it's referencing, maybe. Damn, dude. 68% of voters think birthright citizenship should continue.
Oh my God. What's the other percentage that doesn't believe in it?
Yeah, 32% either being indifferent or opposed to is fucking crazy.
Holy
But I also
shit.
wonder what the polling is, where it was done, and like what the phrasing was.
Well, Emerson's also a big name.
Are you saying the overall approval rating is nationwide? That's what it seems to imply, no? Like you're talking about the original thing, new poll, overall approval rating is now at 50. Yeah, I imagine that's nationwide, no? Because it goes on to say in California his approval rating is 82%. So I feel like, yeah, that's what I'm looking for right now. I think it might be referencing this. I could be wrong. Let me see.
I can't imagine just the exclusion of the one is expression of the other, or maybe it's the other way around. Expression of the one is exclusion of the other.
Damn. June 2025 national poll. Do you think the United States should continue to grant automatic citizenship to all individuals born on U.S. soil as granted by the 14th Amendment? Or should this quote-unquote birthright citizenship be ended for children born to undocumented immigrants?
What's with the passive sassy quotes? Come on.
70%, or not 70%, 45% of the 70 plus age range says that it should be ended.
Nice. Good job, boomers.
18 to 29 and 30 to 39 seem to have like the least, like, what would you say?
It.
Like they don't want it to happen. Damn, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Fuck these people.
Yeah. Seriously. Well, rip. On the way out, right?
Like, what do you mean that's Justin Cali? I don't think that we are. No, there's no shot it's Justin Cali because it's saying, oh, okay, never mind. You're saying with Democrats and Republicans and like third party people taken into account, right?
Oh, maybe the specifier is Democrats, not the California part. Yeah, that could be true.
Yeah. But like I said, I'm looking at these other links. I'm going to try and find that so we can see. What was this? Oh, yeah, I was going to say, the fact that this is even like the number that it is, assuming this is true, voters were asked if they believe the Trump administration and news media have been generally truthful or generally untruthful, a question asked in a 2017 Emerson poll. The Trump administration is viewed as being truthful by, wait. Actually, let me finish reading this before I get mind fucked. The Trump administration is viewed as being truthful by 40%, while 46% think the administration is untruthful. 14% are unsure. The news media is viewed as truthful by 29%, while 48% view it as untruthful, and 24% are unsure. Compared to the first month of Trump's first term in February 2017, 49% perceive the Trump administration as truthful and 48% untruthful, and the news media 39% truthful and 53% untruthful. Like, that's just crazy. The first month of Trump's first term is 49%, when he hasn't even done the insane fuck shit that he has been doing for this term, and it's only at 40%. This should be at least, or at most, 20% that Trump is truthful. Or Trump's administration, I should say. Damn. Is that graph you posted, or that the polling, is that from the link that you sent? Okay. Let me look at this. Decision Desk HQ. Okay, so this does have... What?
I was going to say earlier, if you look at like the betting markets, Newsom's like up huge in the betting markets. Like bigly. Everyone's betting on their sheet.
Okay, so... Leading candidate for Dems, or actually winning the election. Okay, like, is there like a longer time frame for which this graph exists? Wait, no. Not even Here Comes the Cope, because you're linking me something that even proves my point, motherfucker. Look at the trending of the graph. Look at them turning into an X right here, where you see the trend going from at the most unfavorable, at the very least, in 2025, okay? And then the least favorable right now, okay, on this graph, in the same period of time, going upward. What do you mean? Bruh, nah, am I talking to Destiny right now? What do you mean this is crazy? No. Okay. Look at the gap between these, okay? Why is there a gap here, but the gap here seems to be intersecting? Isn't this kind of like indicative of like a trend? That the favorability of Gavin Newsom is trending upward? Also, motherfucker, hold on. Does Decision Desk HQ national favorability for Donald Trump
I give me all these screenshots
in November of 2024? And then what's the comparison here?
Right now.
You're assuming it's going to continue trending upward, and this is before the entire Republican apparatus is doing hit pieces on them. Yeah, but he's showing that he's capable of doing the opposite. That he's capable of doing hit pieces in the opposite direction.
Well, and that he's more resilient to hit pieces in
Yes.
general too. That's also an important factor. Yeah.
I don't know for a fact if this is the best that we can do, but I'm saying like this is at the very least one of the best that we can do at the moment. What do you mean? Am I serious? Are you saying that I didn't say that earlier, or are you saying that like it's unreasonable to have that take, or what?
Especially if you pair Newsom up with Vance. Dude, Newsom would mop the floor with Vance,
True.
dude. Like, no question. No question.
Okay, I personally think that Newsom is probably the best that we have, but I'm saying that it is conceivable that there are like multiple candidates that are going to be the best whenever it comes to 2028. Don't say here comes the measured tape, motherfucker. Listen, I think that, what do you mean after getting owned? Look, even if I were to grant this thing here, this huge fucking gap that is somehow closing in within a matter of months, and then you compare that to this huge gap that begins at the beginning of the year with Donald Trump, whenever he's like, after he's elected, and then this intersection here, and it continues to rise under even his graph or his favorability within the nation. Wait, do we have a copium emote now? Thank you, Chicky, for adding these. Wait, is there a copium? Yeah, there is. Wait, use the copium emote.
Chicky.
They're more succinct. Oh, she's deafened. Use the emote, please. It's too much on my screen. Thank you.
Much better. I was trying to give her a shout out for doing that.
But it's like, Gavin Newsom, even whenever you're not... Also, this is always incredibly fucking skewed. God damn it, he's running. He's running, that motherfucker. He's running. But I was going to say, like, it's incredibly skewed, like, inherently, because whenever you're talking about, like... And I'm the one that brought up Donald Trump's approval rating, to be fair, but it's like, with Donald Trump even, like, he's essentially campaigned for almost a decade. Not including the shit in his past or whatever. So it's like, even having this close of a thing compared to Newsom, and Newsom's thing being on the rise, like, it's not impossible that this thing could exist. Also, I would really like a further back one, just to see. There's an approval race. Yeah, I don't know.
Those are really hard to get such early polling too. That's gonna be like actual polling and not just like bullshit projections.
Yeah, because Gavin Newsom isn't even like campaigning for an election. Like, he's just existing.
And nor should he be. He's way too fucking early.
The fact that he's existing, and there's already this like flip in opinion, and he's not even campaigning. Like, you haven't even seen what he's capable of. Ghidra, I'm putting in my bets early. If Gavin Newsom's on the ticket, I'm placing money on it.
Seriously, I will too.
Base.
TrumpRx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of healthcare. I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people. That's you. So they can buy their own
They should go to the people that are in my phone contacts.
health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower cost. It will be far better health insurance. The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost. And you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats.
Like, how does this even make sense? Because if he's saying that there's bad healthcare now and that they're going to like improve it, how are they going to improve it if they're saying that they're going to be taking the money and then giving it to the people themselves so that they can afford their own insurance? Like, that just sounds like you're privatizing insurance even further. So then how are you going to talk about like going after, what did you say, the insiders or whatever? How is he going after the insiders when all the money is about to go to the insiders? Like, I feel like...
No, and also, yeah.
No,
If you want, yeah.
no, you go.
I was gonna say he just so desperately wants to be Obama all the time, and so it's like he's trying to come up with a website just like Obama did with his healthcare plan, but it was like way more effective, and it actually brought you a real service where you actually could get hooked up with health insurance. Rather, this is just a bullshit like third-party connector website that's gonna link you to something else.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just inherently contradictory because it's like all the money that you're going to be giving back to the American people are going to be going back to these health insurances. Because if you're not going to construct your own healthcare plan to revise the ACA, then you're not going to have any plan, it seems like. Like, how are you going...
Healthcare plan isn't just the prescription drugs. It's There's so much more to it than just the medicine, yeah.
I'm back. Are you still coping? I'm not coping at all. It is totally plausible. The fact... I just said this whenever you left. The fact that he is switching the perspective of the general public nationwide just by existing as a governor now, and he's not even campaigning, and he's not even leading up to the campaign in 2028, I think indicates like the massive potential that would exist for a Gavin Newsom presidency, or like the electability of one.
They are demanding those increases, and it's their fault. It is not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the
Okay, so you still weren't done?
Do it. Again, I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much
You're a
better
bitch.
health care at a much lower price. The only losers
You're a-
will be
you're a
insurance
sassy
companies
little
that have gotten
bitch.
rich in the Democrat Party, which is
That's
totally
okay,
controlled
though.
by those same insurance companies. They will not be happy, but that's okay with me because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great health care at a lower cost. Another major focus is the cost of energy. For years, the radical left Democrats exploited the green energy scam
National average... Oh, wow, good one. I wonder why.
as an excuse to funnel many billions of dollars into the
Could there have been something that happened like around here with one of our major sources of energy? Could, I don't know, something like Eastern Europe? Like, could something have happened in Eastern Europe in 2022? Who
their
knows?
own massive slush funds as their energy restrictions drastically drove up prices, and they drove them up at record levels. Electricity costs surged 30 to 100% under Biden, and the typical family lost $5,000 to $10,000 in higher.
Also, it looks like this shit was already trending downward. It was even below. Why? What do you mean? Why are you bragging about this?
Lower.
It's lower
Nope.
than when Donald Trump was elected. It goes back up, and it's just now at the end of the year getting back down.
Crazy.
Energy costs. Think of that, $5,000 to $10,000 you lost. On day one, I declared a national
That was Biden's fault too, Memba. I love those little Memba berries. Russia wouldn't have invaded under Trump. I kind of unironically like believe that to be the case, but I don't. But for different reasons than people typically say.
energy emergency. Gasoline is now under $2.50 a gallon in much of the country. In some states, it, by the way, just hit $1.99 a gallon. And within the next 12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new electrical generating plants, a record, and it's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody. Or certainly not very soon. Prices on electricity and everything else will fall dramatically. The Democrat inflation disaster, again, the worst in the history of our country, also robbed millions of Americans of home ownership and indeed the American dream. The yearly cost of a typical mortgage increased by $15,000.
Forgot that Trump's going to be like an hour away from me this Friday. He's coming to North Carolina.
Here, hold on. Do I follow you on X?
Thank you.
Do I follow you on X?
I think you do, yeah.
Okay.
I'm never on it though.
Where was it?
Never call it X like that before.
There's no way I'd tweet this much, right? Right.
Right.
Maybe I just skipped it. I didn't see it. Right. No, I definitely skipped it. Right.
I look at the dates.
Oh, there it is. There is this. Did you see this?
Oh, don't forget about Sun Baron, that one.
Yeah. Did you? So just read that tweet, and then this is my response to.
Oh yeah.
So as you say that about Trump being in North Carolina, I'm just imagining, just like you morphing into like Tyler Robinson.
Democrat rules. In 11 months, we've already gotten that annual cost down by $3,000.
Price decrease, increase. Okay, whatever.
And it's
Cool.
coming down a lot lower. Wait till you see. The numbers are going to be shocking. And I'll soon announce our next chairman of the Federal Reserve.
Welcome, Robert.
believes in lower interest rates by
Did he do it yet?
Payments will be coming down.
Do what yet?
The early
The war with Venezuela.
Well, we're not sure. We're just going through it. We're pausing as we want to say stuff.
New year,
Wow.
you'll see this. In the new year,
Yeah.
I will announce some
Not
of
very
the
far
most
into it.
aggressive housing reform plans in American history. A major factor in driving up housing costs was the colossal border invasion. We have never been invaded. This is the worst
Make that make sense, dog.
thing that, frankly, in my opinion, the worst thing that the Biden administration did to our country is the invasion at the border. The last
Wait, if there was an invasion at the border, and you had the attempt to enforce a border bill, but you had it shot down, wouldn't you be contributing to these people invading our country, like by extension? Isn't that kind of your fault,
their allies in
dog?
Congress brought in millions and millions of migrants and gave them taxpayer-funded housing while your rent and housing costs skyrocketed. Oh,
Wait, notice the taxpayer-funded housing, not taxpayer-funded houses. Like it's almost how like housing refers to like a broader concept than just owning a home. It's almost like they have to be here as their asylum claims are being processed.
over 60% of growth in the rental market came from foreign migrants. At the same time, illegal aliens stole American jobs. Housing costs skyrocketed. Over
Citation,
60%
please.
Hold on, wait. That might be a true statement. Hold on. Did
funded housing, while your rent and housing costs skyrocketed. Over 60% of growth in the rental market came from
you say 16 or 60%?
foreign migrants.
Hold on.
Gave them taxpayer-funded housing, while your rent and housing costs skyrocketed. Over 60% of growth in the rental market came from foreign migrants.
I don't know if he's saying 60 or 16, but of growth? Like, is he saying growth as in terms like the value of the properties or whatever that are being rented, or is he saying that like the growth in terms of like the price that is like being increased? But also he's saying foreign migrants. He's not saying undocumented immigrants or illegal immigrants. So it's totally plausible that this could be the case, that people are coming here completely legally and completely fairly and like contributing to this. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be like an inherently bad thing, because he wants to lump all fucking immigrants in for no reason, unless they're like from South Africa, right? But
At the same time, illegal aliens stole American jobs and flooded emergency rooms, getting free health care and education paid for by you, the American taxpayer. They also increased the cost of law enforcement by numbers so high that they are not even to be mentioned. For the first time in 50 years, we are
how are they contributing to the rising costs of law enforcement? Weren't you the one that like tripled the budget of ICE, dog? What the fuck do you mean? Like, you by
When numbers
yourself.
get too high, you should mention them. it's
we're
like,
now
what?
seeing reverse migration as migrants go back home, leaving more housing
You said, I mean, not no reason. What do you mean?
and more jobs for Americans. In the year before my election, all net creation of jobs was going to foreign migrants. Since I
Total native-born employment level. So
How do you measure this?
if hold on, if you have all these migrants that were here and brought over illegally, all these invaders, what was it, the number 30 million supposedly is what Donald Trump says. We have 30 million immigrants in here, or sorry, invaders in this country. He hasn't deported like a significant portion of those invaders, so they have to still be here, still be dangerous, still be committing all this crime, and you have this much growth in employment. It doesn't sound like they really affect much, though. No.
I took office.
Yeah.
100%.
It kind of goes to my question from last night, right? It's like, are we done yet? Like, do we need to keep deporting? Like, did we get all the criminals, or like, how many people is enough?
Like, if Biden is bringing in all of these fucking immigrants and he's tanking the people that are not employed, but then they're still here and they're brought over here, and then you're having like a rise in your employment levels, isn't that?
American-born citizens, 100%. In the end, government either serves the productive, patriotic, hardworking American citizen, or it serves those who break the laws, cheat the system, and seek power and profit at the expense of our nation. Look,
coming from the dog with the fucking cryptocurrency, where you can anonymously donate from multiple countries, from many foreign countries with many foreign interests. Oh my God.
Minnesota, where Somalians have taken over the economics of the state and have stolen.
Dude, this. I'm gonna have to look into after this. Hold on.
You need to smoke a blunt, dude.
Me?
Yeah.
I do, okay. But it's because this is so fucking annoying. Like, in the past few weeks, I just keep hearing about Somalians. And I guarantee, I'm going to preempt this. I'll bet like $20 on it. I know it's not much, okay? But I'm not incredibly rich. Yeah, okay, but...
Depending on what the bet is, I'll take you up on it.
There is no shot Somalians are causing this much of an issue to anything ever in the United States.
Oh. I mean, yeah, they can barely cause like problems in their own country. That's why the surrounding countries keep fucking them over.
To hear people bring this up so fucking often, especially in the past few weeks, and then have no citation whatsoever for why they're causing all these problems, what problems they're causing, and how they're causing them, like, it kind of sounds like you're just bullshitting. Like, it sounds like you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, or you're just bringing it up because you just want to, like, complain about immigrants.
Stolen billions and billions of dollars from Minnesota.
And it just demonstrates more the power of like Trump's like rhetoric over time too, because I'm pretty sure Ilhan Omar is Somalian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like so that like he's been like shitting on her for years and like calling the country filth and she's garbage that needs to be thrown out of the country.
So she's married her brother to get citizenship to the United States.
Yeah, and it's paired with the disinformation, and then it's a whole narrative and a whole thing that like his supporters can just glob onto, and then they just hate that group of people forever just because Trump told them to.
I wonder if they are using it as like a catalyst to contest, like more so the what was it? Just the capability to denaturalize and deport these groups of people under like this basis. Like all these people are committing these crimes, so it's going to be contested to the courts, up to the Supreme Court, and then have the Supreme Court hopefully rule in their favor. Not hopefully from my perspective, but hopefully from their perspective, that they're going to be ruling in their favor so that they can justify deporting Somalians and then by extension like Haitians and then whatever groups they deem like necessary. But
from the United States of America, we're going to put an end to it. For so long as before my election, the vast majority of good and decent Americans were forced to watch as corrupt politicians plundered the halls of power, exploited our taxpayers, and pillaged every system that makes civilized society function. But not anymore, and you see that every day. Not anymore. We're putting America
exactly
first,
what you're doing.
America great again. Very simple. We are making America great again. Tonight, after 11 months, our border is secure. Inflation is stopped. Wages are up. Prices are down.
Inflation has stopped.
America is respected.
LOL.
And our country
it doesn't exist anymore.
We ended inflation.
We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen.
Biden ended Medicaid and we ended inflation.
Soon we will host
I don't know how anybody hears this and it's like, yeah, no, he's fitting. It's
True.
like, it should so obviously be propaganda.
Yeah, they have no concept of civics.
I don't understand why we allow stupid people to vote. I really don't.
Based.
Both of which I got, but most importantly,
what do you say?
Bring back literacy
the
tests.
Which the world has never seen. Soon we will host the World Cup and the Olympics, both of which I got, but most importantly, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. There could be no more fitting tribute to this epic milestone than to complete the comeback of America that began just 1 year ago. When the world looks at us next year, let them see a nation that is loyal to its citizens, faithful to its workers, confident to its identity, certain to its destiny, and the envy of the entire globe. We are respected again like we have never been respected before. To each and every one of you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all.
Was it?
This could have been an email.
Seriously, dude.
Dang.
we only
I just came
we
in
need to
here
get
and
him to
even I
stand for,
felt
like,
that was kind of short.
yeah, it's like we only need to get him to stand for 20 minutes, guys. Okay, you can do it. Like, damn.